welcome. Now the stage is yours.
What are you supposed to say? Just things about AI?
Yeah, AI. I hate the word AI called artificial intelligence. I call it Alibaba intelligence.
Yeah. Might end up being true. You never know. I think generally people underestimate the capability of AI. They sort of think like it's a smart human. It's really much. It's going to be much more than that. It'll be much smarter than the smartest human. You know, can a chimpanzee really understand humans? Not really. You know, we just seem like strange aliens. They mostly just care about other chimpanzees, and this will be how it is, more or less, in a relative. In fact, if the difference is only that small, that would be amazing. Probably it's much greater. The biggest mistake that I see artificial intelligence researchers making is assuming that they're intelligent. Yeah, they're not compared to AI. And so a lot of them cannot imagine something smarter than themselves, but AI will be vastly smarter, vastly. So what do you do with a situation like that? I hope they're nice. I mean, I have obviously some, you know, I think in a situation where the old saying, if you can't beat them, join them. You know, that's what Neuralink is about. Is like, can we go along for the ride with AI? I mean, I really think that there should be other companies like Neuralink, essentially to create a high bandwidth interface to the brain, because right now we are already a cyborg. People don't realize we are already a cyborg, because we are so well integrated with our phones and our computers. The phone is almost like an extension of yourself. But at a certain point, if we'll just, assuming a benign scenario with AI, we will just be too slow. You know, it's like if a millisecond to something, let's say a computer that has like an exaflop of, or you know, many exaflops of compute capability, a millisecond is an eternity, and to us it's nothing. So, you know, I always think like human speech to a computer will sound like very slow tonal wheezing. So the computer will just get impatient, if nothing else. It would be like talking to a tree. That's humans.
Yeah, I'm always amazed by what your vision about the technology. I'm not a tech guy. I think more about life. I think AI is going to open a new chapter of the society, of the world, that people try to understand ourselves better rather than the outside world. And it's so difficult to predict the future. 99.99% of the predictions that human being had in the history about the future, all wrong.
Including that one?
Oh yeah. Only, you know, the 0.00% of the prediction are right. But I'm happy about the artificial intelligence or Alibaba intelligence that's going to understand the inside of the human better. So when people worry a lot about artificial intelligence, people should have more confidence in themselves. So I'm quite optimistic, and I don't think artificial intelligence is a threat. I don't think artificial intelligence is something terrible. People worry a lot about this today are those people, I call them called college smartness. People like us, street smart, we never scared of that. We think it's a great fun.
I don't know, man. That's like famous last words. Let me tell you, AI is, I mean, you look at sort of the rate of advancement, just in general, the rate of advancement of computers is insane. Like a good example would be video games. You know, if you go back 40 years ago, 50 years ago maybe, you had Pong. That was just two rectangles and a square. Now you've got photorealistic real-time simulations with millions of people playing simultaneously. If you assume any rate of improvement at all, these games will be indistinguishable from reality. You will not be able to tell the difference. Either that or civilization will end. But even if the rate of technology improvement slowed down by 1,000, then okay, advance 1,000 years, or 10,000 years. This is still very tiny. Civilization has been around for probably, arguably, I think 7,000 years or something like that. This is a very tiny amount of time, considering the universe is 13.8 billion years old. I mean, if civilization lasted for 1 million years, we would only increment the third decimal point after 13.8 billion years. If we lasted for 1 million years.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about something fun. I admire that you want to go on the Mars. So what will the life look like on Mars? Are you both moving? What do you think about that? Actually, I'm not interested in Mars. I just came back from there, so... Why you're so curious about the Mars?
Well, I think the thing about Mars is that I think it's important for us to take the set of actions that are most likely to continue consciousness into the future. Among the set of actions we can take that are likely to increase the scope and scale of consciousness such that we are better able to understand the nature of the universe, one of those actions is to become a multi-planet species or ensure that life is multiplanetary. Not because I think something that, it's not from the standpoint of it just being an escape hatch or because I think that Earth is doomed, but there's a certain probability that is irreducible that something may happen to Earth. This is the first time in the 4.5 billion year history of Earth that it's been possible to extend life beyond Earth. Before this, it was not possible. How long will this window be open? It may be open for a long time, or it may be open for a short time. I think it would be wise to assume that it is open for a short time. And then let us secure the future of consciousness such that the light of consciousness is not extinguished. And we should try to do this as quickly as possible. That's my view.
Good. It's so difficult to secure the future of the Earth, but we can secure the future of next 100 years. And I'm not that fan of the Mars because I think it's easy to go to the Mars. When you go on the top of the hills of the building, just one step you go to Mars, but you will never be able to come back.
Yeah,
so that's my view.
That's not how it works, though.
And also,
don't do it.
Yeah, I hate to go to Himalayas too. I mean, when you climb on I think someday I will go there when the elevator is ready. I will go there have a look. But I think people spending more time on the Earth, think about because no matter how long the civilization of the human beings will be, like 1 million or 2 million or 500,000 years. Anyhow, every time when I read the news about you are interested in the outside space, I look at you with great respect. We need heroes like you, but we need more heroes like us. Working hard on the Earth, improving things every day. That's what I want.
Sure. I mean, to be clear, I'm very pro-Earth.
Yeah.
Great. That sounds great. At least 0.5% of Earth's GDP on extending life to be multiplanetary. Maybe 1%, I'd say, seems like a good use of resources. But then we have like 2 orders of magnitude more resources spent on Earth. So it's not like it's somehow going to fundamentally impair Earth. If like I said, just 1% of Earth resources on that order should be enough to make life multiplanetary. It seems like a wise investment for the future. And obviously I spend a lot of my time on sustainable energy with Tesla, with electric cars and solar and batteries and that kind of thing.